Hi, my name is Dr. Matt Loder. I'm Director of American Studies at the University of Essex. Welcome to the university. Welcome to the Interdisciplinary Studies Centre. So we got asked to make these videos about something we were really excited about in the course. I wanted to take the opportunity to kind of just show something that I've been reading over the summer, something that I've been thinking about a lot. I'm a cultural historian, I suppose, by profession. Most of my research is on kind of cultural histories and their social and political contexts. And over the summer, I've been reading this book called Birth of an Industry. It's by a scholar called Nicholas Salmond. And it's basically about kind of the racist legacies of animation in the United States. Obviously, it's almost been a huge moment for us to be thinking about the long-term legacies of things like the Jim Crow era, like the Black Lives Matter movement. It's something that we've been teaching and thinking about on the American Studies courses for a number of years, of course. But what happened this summer with George Floyd and all of the explosion of righteous and justified anger in the face of brutality, I've become really, really interested in kind of not just the political histories of those ideas, but where they're embedded in culture. And Salmond's book does an amazing job of explaining how kind of the racist ideas of the Jim Crow period and even earlier are embedded in something that's seemingly as benign as animation. So the kind of key idea here really is that the birth of American and therefore I suppose international animation, mainstream animation, is founded in the harmful stereotypes against African Americans. And I think the best illustration of this is a Slate video that goes through over the course of about three and a half minutes, goes over kind of the sweep of some of these ideas that Salmond's book goes into in much more detail. There are some N-words in this video, so content warning. But I think this is a really good example, actually, this video, of the kind of thinking we want you guys to do now, your students at the university. We want you to take your historical and your political and your sociological knowledge and start applying it and thinking through these much broader and much more complex interdisciplinary questions. So welcome. I'll be quiet and I'll just play you this video from Slate.
This is Jay-Z's video for the story of OJ. The first time you see it, the animation is pretty disturbing.
Light nigga, dark nigga, faux nigga, real nigga, rich nigga, po nigga, house nigga, field nigga.
The video is satirizing racist images that have permeated popular cartoons. The characters look like blackface minstrels, for a reason. Minstrel shows fundamentally shape the history and language of animation.
She rubbed the knuckles, brought 'em down to the nub, yeah.
From the white gloves, to the huge eyes and mouths, to the violent explosions, our cartoons are chock full of imagery rooted in racist minstrelsy. Live minstrel shows began in early 19th century America.
Don't you forget those old N-men there. Oh, those comical N-men.
White people in blackface makeup pretended to be caricatures of black slaves and freedmen.
How would you like to go to work for me?
Yes, ma'am. How much you gonna pay me, I hope?
By the 1840s, the minstrel show had become America's most popular art form and lasted into the early 20th century, through the early years of animation.
Amen, brother.
Minstrel shows provided animators with stock characters and themes that would have been very familiar to their audiences. Because of this, many early cartoon characters weren't just like minstrels. They were minstrels, with black bodies and faces with big white lips and eyes. And they aped the classic minstrel show, with big opening musical numbers and slapstick send-ups of well-known plays and stories. By the 1930s, live minstrel shows were on their way out, and their expression in cartoons became more self-conscious. Mickey Mouse had to literally black up to perform a minstrel send-up of Uncle Tom's Cabin. Long after the classic minstrel show faded from view, its vestiges remained in animation, even today. Take, for example, the white gloves worn by so many cartoon characters. That was an essential part of the minstrel costume, likely taken from the formal wear of slaves. And now, Nintendo portrays the white glove as a god of the cartoon universe, the ironically named Master Hand. And that recurring cartoon explosion where the faces are charred was a direct reference to blackface makeup. Also, that's a bar of Swanee River playing in the background, a traditional minstrel song. Underlying this explosion gag is another, more profound dynamic with roots in minstrelsy: repetitive, brutal violence with no consequences. The historical American setting for such violence had been plantations, where masters saw no consequences to mercilessly beating and torturing slaves. This violence became a stylized part of minstrel show slapstick, which made its way into vaudeville and animation, and carried forward through 20th century cartoons.
I've a coming, Master Elmer. Tote that board, lift that bell, yassa, yassa.
Which brings us back to Jay-Z and those cartoon figures in the story of OJ. The song and the animation remind us that no matter how far the depiction of black people has come, history is very much with us.
Still nigga. Still nigga.
So yeah, food for thought. Welcome to university. We'll look forward to seeing you. I'll look forward to seeing you very soon. Thank you.